What's up, y'all? Welcome back. My name is Corey Crow. In this video, I'm going to bring you guys a lot more information, updated information behind the Oogaverse, a project I've already covered in the past. If you guys want to have the opportunity to earn a free Oogaverse, watch this whole video all the way through. At some point during this video, you guys are going to learn exactly how you guys can get this Ooga right here. If you guys are not familiar with Oogaverse, it was originally called the Space Apes. Now it is called the Oogaverse. We have a lot more to unpack about the reveal that's happening for the MEKA game that's happening here in January of 2022. And on top of that, some updated information behind the game and the project as a whole. So without further ado, if you guys like that kind of content, if you guys like NFTs and giveaways and all that good stuff, go ahead and take one second to smash that subscribe button and press the like button if you guys like free NFT content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this video. Let's talk about the Oogaverse. Oh, really quickly, guys, this is not financial advice. Of course, the disclaimer is down there. So you guys do your own research, of course. This place is really risky, but that being said, it's a lot of fun. Let's talk about this project right now. All right, so if you guys are not familiar with the Oogaverse, we're gonna hop into the computer here. We're gonna show you guys a little bit about behind the website, the Twitter, kind of what the overall general feel of the project is, and then we're gonna hop into the MEKA game as well. So if you guys wanna save some time, there are timestamps, stamps in the description below, so go ahead and hop down there if you guys wanna hop to a certain section of this project. Without further ado, let's talk about the Oogaverse. And what is it? Hopping into their website here. It's a really well done website. I've already covered this before in the past, but at the front, you're gonna see that they have this really good banner with pixelated artwork, and it is a pixelated NFT project or non-fungible token project with these sort of ape-like characters in pixelated format. So the Oogaverse is a collection of 2,000 randomly generated NFTs that live on the Ethereum blockchain. The first 100 Oogas were released, stealth released actually back in the 7th of September, and then the remaining 1,900 of those were released about a month or so later. So a collection of 2,000 NFTs, which is a very limited supply, which is one of the things that originally drew me to this project, as well as the art. I love the art here on this project. Right below that, we have the roadmap. The roadmap, every project needs a roadmap or an indicator of kind of what they're doing behind the scenes before and after the mint or your purchase of that project. Kind of a standard roadmap here. Of course, we've already covered this in the past. They had the launch, they had the migration, which was actually something we just talked about real briefly. They were originally called the Space Apes. Now they are called the Oogaverse. Good decision as well to do that. So they have a token that's already released. That's their utility token, where you can earn those passively per day as long as you hold an OOGA. And then we'll talk about how much that actually releases or how much you guys get per day as well. And on top of it, they have the breeding activation, which we've already known about. So there's a breeding aspect behind this project and so much more, including a trip to Bali and all these other good stuff like donations to charity, etc. So the Oogaverse, looking at this, guys, you guys are going to read more about the DMT token, the breeding of the baby, and then the moon pass. So the DMT token, really quickly, is that token that the Oogas, the Genesis Oogas, the original 2,000 Oogas collect passively per day, that can be used in utility for breeding purposes and other things as well. But the utility token behind that is actually any OOGA that you guys have that's a Genesis OOGA is currently going to earn 20 DMT per day passively. It does take 1,000 DMT to breed a baby OOGA currently, and I believe that price point is going to increase to 2,000 at some point in the future. So if you guys want to take advantage of getting your OOGAs, your baby OOGA, you have to have 2 Genesis OOGAs, and then those 2 Genesis OOGAs, you'll be able to breed a baby OOGA, again, once you have 1,000 DMT, which is really cool. I'm going to show you guys some OOGAs and baby OOGAs here in just a quick second, but let's finish up the video for this website. Down below, you guys have a very standard FAQ, good thing that they have that a lot of people oversee these, but they definitely help with a lot of basic information. Of course, the team is there as well. So they are very active on their Discord. There's a link to that in the description below, as well as on Twitter. And that's pretty much it for the website. All right, so hopping on to Twitter, you guys are going to see the Oogaverse currently has got 21,000 followers, so it's a good amount of followers. There's their Discord link. Again, that's going to be in the description below, and a whole bunch of other exciting information is going to be here on the Twitter. So if you guys are not familiar with Twitter, go ahead and take a quick second and follow them. There's a sneak peek of a MEKAAPE. We're going to talk about the MEKAAPEs and what those are and how you can get them as well. And a lot of the really cool information, like the baby OOGAs, super cute. I'm going to show you those two actually right now. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so on OpenSea, the baby OOGAs, I want to show you guys what the baby OOGAs look like. This is their whole collection. The whole collection of right about 2,500 currently. Out of those, you have the owner to items ratio, the floor price of 0.07. And then the volume traded. So that's for this collection right here. And those also include the baby OOGAs, which are selling for a lot less than the Genesis parent Oogas as well. But if you guys hop over here, you can click on the original Space Apes collection, and you guys can see that this project has done very well as far as the volume traded and the overall floor price of these Genesis Oogas. And this is exactly what they look like as far as like the parent style of things go. But let's hop into the babies. And a lot of people want to see exactly what the babies look like, how cute they are. They're adorable. You guys already knew that though. You knew they were going to be really cute. Really cool aesthetic. I love a lot of these little attributes that they have, like the pacifier, the binky, whatever you want to call it, the bottle, the VR goggles. So some of those do translate over. The little bear hat is super adorable, little beanie, as well as some of the other things like the drool. I love the drool. And then if you scroll down here, you guys are going to see one of these legendary baby Oogas. The legendary baby Ooga is super cool. And a whole lot of other really exciting things for the baby Oogas. So if you guys want to take advantage of picking up 2 Oogas so you guys can get your own little baby Ooga and earn those DMT passively, OpenSea is the way to do it right now. Now, one of the important things to know about the Oogaverse is whether you guys hold a baby Ooga or a Genesis Ooga, both of those are going to give you guys an opportunity to make it to the Bali Clubhouse event that's going to happen in Indonesia at some point whenever they decide to open up. So if you guys have either one of those 2 things, you guys are going to qualify to enter into that as well. So that's going to be something that a lot of people are really excited about, and in life real meetup with your fellow Oogas. That'll be really cool. All right, so before we go any further, you guys are probably wondering, how do I get this little free NFT? It's a great question, and the way that you do that is, one, by pressing the subscribe button, because I know who's a subscriber and who is not, and also on top of that, you guys have to press the like button, because who doesn't like free NFTs? And then also follow the Oogaverse on Twitter. So do those 3 things. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel, and then you guys are going to be qualified to enter into the raffle to see who's going to win this free Ooga, completely free to you guys. And I'm not going to lie, commenting on the comments section down below absolutely helps. Just gonna drop that little nugget for you guys. So if you guys do all those things, and I will pick one lucky random winner to win a free Ooga. Let's see exactly which one you guys are gonna win right now. All right, so the person who's going to win the free Ooga is going to be Ooga number 1407. It has this aesthetic right here. I love the blue face. In fact, in the blue face with the simple green kind of color scheme here, I like the tone, and you guys can see the property, the rarity traits behind that as well. So if you guys want to take advantage of winning this free Ooga, do all those things we just talked about in the past, and you guys are gonna have a good chance of getting that Ooga. Let's continue on with the video. All right, so while we're on the topic of sharing some really cool imagery, I wanna show you guys what the team over the Oogaverse has shared with me via Google Drive. They shared some influencer assets that I can show you guys, and I wanna show those to you right now. So one of the cool things about this project we've already talked about is they have a game that's coming out in January of 2022. We're gonna talk more about that in depth as well, but here we go. We got a nice little PDF here to show you guys some of the more information behind a little bit more about the MEKAAPES game as a whole. So right now there's something about OG token, there's some little robo guy looking here, and then there's this big guy going on here which equals an OG. So it's really kind of confusing if you guys don't know anything about the project, but I'm gonna go over with you guys the details behind it and how you can learn a lot more. Read it a few times through, and then you guys will probably have a good chance of understanding what's going on with this. So they have a crafting option, there's a robo upgrade option, there's a mega merge option. So there's a lot of things that are happening here. There's attacks, etc. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the gameplay mechanics behind the MEKAAPES game now. All right, so let's talk about the MEKAAPES game. I know a lot of people are excited about this. I'm a massive gamer, and I absolutely look forward to all of these play to earn games coming out in 2022 and beyond. We are just starting, folks. So here with the MEKAAPES game, it does bring you to a Medium page. I'm going to link this in the description below so you guys can go through this again about 5 times before you understand what's going on, because there's a lot of information. If you guys don't understand it all the way through, that's totally fine. I didn't, but that's a great way for you guys to kind of circle back and see exactly how to play this game and some of the more details behind it. So it looks like we're going to have 3 different stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. With the Genesis or stage 1 option, what's happening, it looks like you're going to be able to craft and collect Robo Oogas and MEKAAPES to produce the OG or OOGA gear token. So that's something to know about. Ascension Stage 2 PvP game on the blockchain. You get to fight each other. And then on the Stage 3, there's an outstanding in-game experience where you can use your weapons from Stage 2 to fight your MEKAAPES in the sandbox. Everyone's wanting to hop into the sandbox, so I like that they have that in there. Now, if we scroll down a little bit more, you're going to see a little bit more detail behind the Genesis option, which really the biggest thing with this is that crafting sort of side of things. So if you guys see here, the Robo Oogas are worker Oogas that are going to happen for you guys. They're the indigenous breed, and they have a factory where you're going to convert scrap metal into a valuable OG token. We're going to keep calling this the OG token from here on out. So, which when you guys have that, you get to develop the population, and you guys can see there's some more information behind that. So, all right, so if you scroll down, you're going to see the Genesis option. MEKAAPES are highly evolved species. Don't worry, we're not going to read this whole thing all the way through. That's traveled through the cosmos for thousands of years. And one day, while searching for new resources, they came across a planet that was covered in metallic waste. That sounds really cool. This planet was discovered by little robotic creatures and assembled from scrap metal called Oogas. So now we know what the Oogas are. And they're the indigenous breed that built factories so they can convert the scrap metal into valuable OG token, which is used to craft new Oogas and develop the population. So obviously that's the other in-game utility token as well. So you have that as well as a DMT token to know about. Now the MEKAAPES are a powerful race that can protect the factories even better if they merge with a mega mecha. Holy cow, that's a lot right there. If you guys aren't familiar with that, there's a lot of information going on. You got baby Oogas, you got Genesis Oogas, you got Ooga Boogas, you got MEKAAPES, you got mega MEKAAPES, and you got Oogas. There's a lot of things that people need to keep up with what's going on with this project. So I think one of the things that they could certainly do is make sure that it's very clear that they evoke exactly what's going to go on through white papers like this prior to the game that's going to go out as well. There's a lot happening. There's a lot going on here. Now you get to stake Oogas in your factory to produce the OG token. They level up using the DMT to make sure that they have even more productive gain and other features as well. Now, one of the things behind this is this does sound a lot like you have a staking option, which is a lot like the Wolf game. If you guys are not familiar with the Wolf game, it is one of the most popular and innovative things that have happened here on the Ethereum blockchain for play-to-earn gaming. You essentially have wolves, or the rarer side of the collection there. There's only about 10% of them are wolves, and the other 90% are sheep. Now you get to stake your sheep to earn wool. Again, sort of a similar situation here. So you can consider it as a derivative, but this one's a little bit different. And in fact, I actually like the artwork here a lot better. Personal opinion on the matter, of course, but that's sort of the gist of what's going on with this MEKAAPES game. So you guys get to see here, you can mint new Oogas using the OG or a DMT. And when minting a Ooga, there's a 10% chance you will get a MEKAAPE instead of a OOGA. So only 10% chance that it turns into a MEKAAPE. And that's, of course, what everyone's going to want, a MEKAAPE. So you guys get to see here that the MEKAAPES game launch. This is upon the initial mint. This is exactly what it looks like. It launches in January. The first 10,000 NFTs will be minted on the Ethereum. There's a 10% chance you're going to receive a MEKAAPE and a 90% chance you're going to get a OOGA. The mint date, of course, is to be announced. We're going to figure out what that looks like. 10,000 supply. Here's the minting price. People are going to want to know about that. Is 0.055. And if you mint and immediately stake it, you guys have a little bit of a savings, so it drops down to 0.04 as well. You can mint a total of 3, and then there's a whitelist section there. Talking about the factory, talks to you kind of about how that works. So if you guys want to take advantage of hopping on here and reading about this, I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but you guys can see that there's a staking, there's a claiming, and there's unstaking. There's risk involved, there's a tax, etc. So a lot like the other games that we've already talked about before in the past. Now the crafting section is pretty cool. I do like the crafting aspect of this. We're going to stop here just for a quick second. The crafting here, the total supply at the end of stage 1 will be 55,000 NFTs. Now, a lot of people might think that's a lot of NFTs, but when you have a big game, what you hope to be a big game, you don't want to limit the amount of players that are coming to that game. So the 55,000 NFTs is not a big number at all. So if you can kind of think about it, if people played World of Warcraft and they only limited it to 55,000 people, you wouldn't really have World of Warcraft anymore. You've had like Town of Warcraft, something like that, if that makes sense, if I explain that well. After the initial mint, you're going to have 10,000 NFTs that are minted, and you can mint new Oogas using the OG or DMT token. The feature is called crafting. Now, when crafting Oogas, there is a 10% chance, as we already know, that you will receive a MEKAAPE instead of a OOGA. And then, of course, here's the token, the DMT, the differences, how you can earn the crafting prices, etc., and the risk and how much you can stake. Now, you can upgrade your Oogas, which is really cool. Bring valuable and rare resources called dark matter. That's the DMT token we just talked about. Here's the upgrading options you guys can see here. Each level up costs only 100 DMT. It doesn't sound like it's that much to me currently, but we'll see exactly what's happening. And the levels and the differences of what you guys get per level. So there is an upgrading fee or aspect, mechanic to it, which is actually really exciting because a lot of people want to level up in, for example, Battlefield or Call of Duty. When you level up, it makes you feel good, and that's sort of something that helps the player to stay within the game, is a leveling up mechanic. The one thing I'm kind of missing here with this project is a little bit of it almost feels like there's no personality to the characters. They almost feel recyclable. if I explain that well. So I think that if there's something that we can do to produce some sort of emotional connection, I think that'll help sell this game quite a bit more and keep people wanting to play, so that not only did you level up and then you got the MEKAAPE or the Mega MEKAAPE, but then there's some sort of personality traits that you really connect with. And I think that's going to be key to making sure that people not only play this game once, all the way through, if it is like that, and if not, then they keep coming back and keep wanting to talk to your friends and buddy about it. You guys can see here the OOGA or the OG token. There's a supply after, etc. So you guys can read exactly all about that. And then the Mecha merge. This is one thing we haven't talked about just yet. So the Mecha merge, MEKAAPES receive 23% of all the OG that's produced to the factory. Now you increase your ability to guard the factory. MEKAAPES can merge to become a Mega Mecha. Now Mega Mechas get a proportionately bigger share of the OG that is shared within the factory. So that is the ultimate goal, is to get yourself a Mega Mecha. You guys get more of the resources. The Baby Ooga transformation is a really cool GIF or animation. You guys can kind of see exactly where they're going with that. Only a 10% chance, of course, as we already know. That is a quick, down and dirty informational bit behind the MEKAAPES game and a general overview of trying to understand what's going on here with this particular project. But again, if you guys missed any part of it, or if I didn't explain it well enough, the link to this white paper is going to be in the description below. Hop there and you'll understand quite a bit more at that point, hopefully. One thing I want to cover really quickly is the other asset they've shared with me, which is a full front body render piece. This is the very first full front body we've seen of a MEKAAPE, or really anything. So I'm going to hop into this really quickly. It is so cool to see this kind of information. I like to see the different the ways that the body or the gear will move. So it is really cool to see that they've taken the time to consider, you know, how does the bicep move? It looks probably like a little bit more of a circular shape of gear as well. So something that's really cool about this project is that front piece. Here's the back piece of that same character. So again, well done to the team. They kind of know exactly what's going on here with this character. You can see it's really well thought out, but I do like the fact that they're sharing this with you. Here's a sneak peek of a MEKAAPE. If you guys have never seen these before, that's exactly what they look like. I like the contrast here in this one, and then something that has a little bit of a different race on this project here. Here's more of a baboon-esque type character, something that's super cool, have more of a samurai look. Probably is going to be pretty rare, so I think a lot of people are going to be drawn towards that aesthetic. And then this one here, super high contrast. I love it. I could totally see this guy's eyes glowing or some sort of animation like that. I love that. All right, so that is it for the Oogaverse and the update behind the game itself and a lot more information behind the project. So if you guys like the Oogaverse, again, there's a great description in the link in the description below where you guys can hop into the Discord channel, follow them on Twitter, so you guys have an opportunity to earn the NFT that we had already talked about, which is this one right here. So if you guys like all that kind of stuff, absolutely do those things, and I will see you guys in the general chat section of the Discord and on the next video. Y'all take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ooga!